Well, I have you here, Congressman. I had Vice President Cheney here the other day, and your fine name came up, but not in the most flattering of ways. I want you to listen to this. He even says we make a big deal over if and when Iran gets nuclear weapons, that's something for them to settle in that region. You wouldn't support a nominee like that.
There are nominees that I'm not enthusiastic about. They haven't gotten the nomination, not likely to get the nomination.
So you're ruling Ron Paul out?
I'm ruling out the opportunity here today to indicate who I support.
He went on to say, Congressman, he doesn't think you have a chance, paraphrasing here, of becoming the nominee, so it's a moot point, and that your ideas, particularly with sort of pulling up our boots, soldiers' boots more to the point, from around the world, is risky. What do you say?
Well, we'll have to prove him wrong. I mean, I'm quite confident about the foreign policy that I advocate, but we have to prove him wrong by winning some elections. But when he says he'll support all Republicans except some, like myself, which means that he wants to be the dictator and say, I will decide who is a true Republican or not. And I say, he doesn't have that authority. The people have this authority, and because we're gaining our support, I mean, he might just come up short on his desires. So we'll see what happens, and I'm very confident that we're going to continue to surprise a lot of people.
You know, he physically blanched when I passed along your view on Iran, that even if it were to get a nuclear weapons, that's something over which we should not interfere, to leave it to Israel. It's none of our business. He was shocked at that view. What do you say?
Well, you know, I don't want them to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want Pakistan to have them. I don't want India to have them, and I wish we had a lot less of them. I didn't like it when the Soviets had 30,000, and I was drafted into the Cold War, which looked like it was going to become a hot war in the 1960s. So, no, I don't like them. But I also understand it, and I also put it in perspective that, you know, if Iran gets one nuclear weapon, why are they more dangerous to us than the Soviet system was when they had 30,000, and we were able to live with that?
Yeah, but
so
the argument is that Iran is nuttier, and that Ahmadinejad might be very intent on destroying a lot of Iranians for the sake of killing a lot of Americans or whatever.
I think that's a wrong assessment, because I don't think
you don't want to be wrong, though. You don't want to be wrong on that one.
Well, okay, well then we have to bomb everybody. This is what I complain about.
No, I'm just
is the willingness to go
Iran particularly different in that its past and its history suggests it does have aberrant behavior.
How could they have been any worse than Khrushchev telling us he would bury us, and he had the capacity to do it? So I would say what we ought to be more cautious about is this glib acceptance that we can go to war in another country, because if you want to stop them, you have to start a war with Iran. And that, to me, is careless, warmongering, very, very dangerous, much more dangerous than another country having a nuclear weapon that's not on the verge of committing suicide. And besides, they wouldn't dare with one weapon, and Israel has 300? I mean, we have to put this in a proper perspective and get back to our common sense.
Congressman, I wanted to get your view on that. It was always good seeing you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ron Paul. Well, the president talking about saving